Shit, that didn't light right. Alright, there we go. I'll get back to that one in a minute. Find the turners. Do a little pick practice. Anyone wants to stop by and say hi? Yeah, it would rock. Conky, what's going on? How you doing? I'm up, it's late. Nothing else to really do but pick some locks, right? Might as well jump on here and do so. And as always happens, handcuffs will come out. How's your night going, sir? Something. Huh. That's not doing a whole lot right there. Oh yeah, nothing super. Just said to hell with it. Why not jump on here? See who's out and about. See who stops by. As always, it's always good to bring. If we can bring a few new fans or a new person into lock sport, get them interested. Always nice to do. Got a decent click. Finally. Another click. I feel like I'm going way too heavy on the tension. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah, I lost that. Whatever's going on. Oh, there we go. Bump, 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 bump. There's a lock picked. Pretty excited. I got this open for the first time earlier tonight. You gotta, you gotta get down there in that tight little spot in the warding right there. And get this check pin taken care of before you're even able to rotate that with a raking or picking it. I was able to rake it, warm up a little more, and then I'll give it a shot at picking that thing. It was nice getting it open, even just raking it open, first one. Tried a bunch of them, or a number of them, not a bunch, but tried a lot. Got in there, I got the check pin with a paper clip, and then after I got it open, I figured out a better tool to get in there. Actually get that check pin, make sure I have it. That was pretty cool. Well, folks, thank you for stopping in. I am Stu. This is C Stu Do. I pick locks. I escape handcuffs. We're a lock sport group for vets, so if you want to become a member or send some money my way through a chat, that's where the funds go to. Buying picks and locks and paying for postage to send stuff around to our vets. If you're stopping by, hit the like. Helps out. Appreciate it. Oh, there we go. Got it open. Oh, wow. No, you gotta be kidding me. That would be purple? I get it. Always depends on what's in there, I guess, so I'd have to open it up and do that, but I was pretty stoked to get it, to know that I'm on the right path for picking it too now, so it's always, let's go ahead and get this little double bitted top and bottom. It's always a fun little open. Just give it a little boop. loop down there, did I? Yeah. And there you go. Squala. It's a nice Chicago lock company lock. It's in pretty pristine condition, but it's an older lock provided by Nick Vitt Locks. Quality picker, quality guy. Dr. Gertie, what's up? How you doing tonight? Appreciate you stopping by. Pick one of these unknownies. Randy, what's going on? Thank you for coming by. Hope you're having a good night. If it's night, I know sometimes we get people from around different time zones popping in. So it's already morning by the time I get going sometimes for some of the people who tune in. And I'll try the old guard security padlock. A lot of people have these on their sheds and their storage units. Things like that. So it's a common lock, which is nice because when you get into lock picking, you just want to get a hold of any locks you can get a hold of, and laminated locks like this are the easiest and cheapest things to get a hold of and get started picking. Ramon, what's going on? Kevin, how you doing? We've got some Canadian friends in the lock sport community. We have a Canadian service member in Mid and Made Lock Sport. Blast and Bypass is his handle name here on YouTube. Good guy. Mr. Nola. Nola Southpaw, speaking of vets, it's one of our guys right there. Helps me run the group. Rumor is he's a good picker. I don't know. I haven't seen him pick any locks lately. Alexander, how you doing? Lewis, Ali Taha from South Pole. That'd be cool. If you're really in the South Pole, then you know what the weather is outside. Is it ever anything other than horrendous? Alright, let's try to rake this bad boy. Hands are killing me. So, come on, you stupid little lock. Is this one gonna defeat me today? We'll put it back in the pile. We'll get back to it. The picky practice. Cricket. It can be, yeah. Definitely, the more you practice, the easier it gets for you. Kind of got to stay fresh practicing, so that's why I pop on these lives. Makes me just sit down and pick some locks. And then that gets me a little more tuned in with the feel, and then I can start, go back to trying to pick some harder locks that I haven't gotten into yet. For the most part, these are just practicey things. So a lot of garage locks and shed locks and locker locks. Your master lock, supposedly that's, they made it all cool looking. Gave it a cool name. It's a Magnum N5. It's just a master lock at the end of the day. Not even one of their good ones. 6 strings? What's going on? Yeah. 6 strings, you can type like all your words in one thing instead of doing it in 14 little entries. Reminds me of a dude I used to know. Alright, this Brinks 40 millimeter. Nice little 4-pin. This is kind of one of the best. I think this is one of the starter locks everybody should get when they're picking. Righteous. A Adiyinka? Adiyinka, David, how you doing? Like Fallout for real? Do they pick locks in Fallout? Didn't they use? I know they did in Skyrim. They had lock pickers, didn't it? It's been so long since I played a video game. I'm like way out of touch with what any of them possibly are. It's a nice little chateau, 44 millimeter. I like this lock. It's got a tight little keyway. It took me a while at first to not battle through the tightness of the keyway, but it helped me start dealing with tighter keyways. So you guys might be able to hear my cat, or one of my cats. Fanny, come here, buddy. He is demanding love and attention. We do a lot of cat rescue. Well, a lot for us. We got 4 that have result of rescues and rescuing and fostering pregnant kittens, or pregnant moms, and the babies. It's the 3rd year that we got a batch of them downstairs. They're a little bit bigger. I'd bring them up for you guys to see, but maybe next week. What's up, Finny? Come here, buddy. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I mean, I used to be a like subcontractor, handyman, property maintenance and stuff, and I didn't know how to pick locks back then. It was just destructive, methods. And then, because they're paying me to destroy it, and then they're gonna pay me to pay for the new one, and then they would pay me to install it. So what did I care? If I would have picked it in 5 seconds, I wouldn't have made as much money. Although if I knew how to pick at that time, I would have tried, because it's pretty sweet when you show up somewhere and then that someone locked themselves out and you pick your way in. I have been able to. Nurbay. If I get your name wrong, I apologize. I am trying. Perumal, how you doing too? Tighten up kennels. All right, kennels. Yeah, I got a dog too. I like dogs. We got a Chiweenie poodle, or a Chiweenie poo. It's a Chihuahua weenie dog poodle mix. It's basically like we reverse engineered a terrier. She's a moody little one, but I love her. My little Faye. Yeah, and that's the weird thing. That's even like with any kind of trade and skill, man. When you spend a lot of time and you do it a lot and you get really good and people see you do it fast, they're like, why do I have to pay as much? Shouldn't it be cheaper because it was quicker? You're like, no. So I need tradesmen that would just specifically fluff time in the middle of a thing that was going to go quick, because they knew it was easier just to make it look like it took a whole day. Alright, where was that one? Let's go back after this guy. What's up, Lewis and Ron? Welcome in. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is one of my random through the week lives. I do go every Saturday night, midnight Eastern Standard Time. It's our Shackleman After Dark. And the Shacklemen are... It's a Handcuff and Escape Club that I co-founded with picker and channel by the name of Not Too Dead. Pretty good guy. buddy of mine, fellow escape artist and lockpicker. He's also into firecrackers, so he shows off a lot of cool stuff for that. Has a pretty sweet collection. Oh, thank you very much, Six Strings. Six Strings, is that an implication that you are a musician of some sort? I sort of dabble on acoustic guitar. Took me like 10 years to learn how to basically strum, but I like it. Pop it once in a while. Mr. Transparent Eyeball! Yeah, Hayden, man. Hayden, that's... Oh, guitar. Nice, man. Six Strings, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love musicians and people pursuing, art and stuff like that. Behind the scenes with CJ's Entertainment. Hello. But Hayden, yeah, I mean, that is, I got good at painting, I got good at floors, I got good at problem solving and turning over apartments, and, when you play the game of bidding the job versus this, and, yeah, it's just, it's annoying. Nice when you build up there we go. Nice when you build up a good client list and you got return customers, but, it takes a while to get there, and then, shit changes after 7-8 months, and you're chasing stuff again. And although I did like doing it until my body blew out, multiple herniations and impingements and stuff like that. P-Man, bro, 24, how you doing? Oh, that's cool. I didn't get into guitar until I was actually I was a stuntman for the Batman Forever Water Stunt Spectacular at Six Flags in Houston. And I played Bruce Wayne and Two-Face. I didn't get to play the Bat. But I would be Bruce Wayne. We'd get in a fake fight. I'd get captured. They put me up in the air in this thing that a crane held me up, and then a curtain would go over me, and explosions would go off, and the Batman would appear. But I blew out my knee, and then I would go change clothes, and I'd come out in a boat as Two-Face. It was a pretty cool gig. But I blew out my knee, and they gave me, when came time for surgery to get my knee scoped, I got like a decent little, like 5 weeks at a time from workman's comp. So I went and bought my first guitar. I bought an acoustic Yamaha. And then when I was laid up from the surgery for, like a week, couldn't walk and shit, that's when I started to really kind of play. Or try to learn to play. And it took a long time, man. Two things are hardest for me to learn, took the most practice, were learning to do magic and learning to play guitar. Juggling came pretty easy. This is up there with the guitar and the took a lot, but I've had more like better plateau jumps in lock picking than I did in like magic, and definitely in guitar. Yeah, it can be. The tubular locks, they are... I don't think I have one nearby. It's a different kind of way of tensioning it, and then the thing with those, so you got, you're just gonna go around, and while it's tensioned, you're just gonna poke every one of those little things and just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And then a lot of those things, whether the cabinets are not as much, but a lot of them that are a little more, you got to move them through multiple positions. So you got to move it once, and then you're gonna have to pick and get it again. And I think most of them, to move them all the way through and back to the front, you got to go through 8 positions on a lot of them. So, and it's just not as fun, man. You just don't feel as much going on, and I don't know. Although it's a nice little fidget pick kind of thing, and I would like to do it a little bit more. I do have a few. Oh, I did have that open. Great. I got a bike lock. I had to modify the turning tool because the top of it was like domed over and the tool kept slipping off, so that was kind of neat. It's always fun when you got to kind of make tools and mod tools and things like that. A lot of what you see on that stuff is wafer locks too, which is what this technically is anyway. Instead of like a pin, it's got like a flat thing that goes up and down. Thought I had another wafer lock over here somewhere. Oh, here we go. This is an old school one. I don't know if you can see. You kind of see how that's just a whole thing across the front there. Is that even the thing? Yeah. Oh, no. There we go. We're on that side. There you go. Instead of being a pin, it's just a whole squarey thing that you gotta push down. See them a lot more on the older locks. Wafers and awarded and things. Alright, there we go. A little bit of zippity-doo-dah. Yeah, windshield wipers are absolutely like the inserts from old windshield wipers. On a day it rains, go to like an AutoZone and check the toss bin, and you'll easily find a couple. Save them anytime you change them out on your car, or if you have someone change them out, have them save them for you. Sam, I thought I had some, or at least that looked like it around here. Shit, I got a lot of stuff put away. Yeah, that is great. And then you can also, fuck, I don't have anything where I thought it was. I'm in the middle of like redoing my desk, so I've got a buddy that on here, Cloud the Great 99, who took butter knives and then ground picks out of them, and you got this great silverware hand, old school silverware handle, and then he just got made the picks and the hooks that he wanted to make out of that. So he sent me one, and I kind of had it put in a special place so I didn't screw it up or lose it. It might be in here. Might not be in here. Oh well. Sometimes you can't find things. Yeah, I haven't tried any kind of like gun. You can have them like that. You have ones that you can kind of like snap, your finger on it, like it'll jiggle everything in there too. Just not as much as like an electric jiggler. There's a cat on here, Newhouse Lock and Key. He's a locksmith. He's also a lock sporter, and he's a good guy. He does lives and things like that. He's got a and it's a locksmith tool, but an actual vibrating tool that he shows off and shows how to use sometimes. Oh yeah, that's the old. This is the Book of Secrets from Lockjaw Manufacturing, which is just voluminous. I forget. It's got so much space, so many pockets. You got the flapper pockets, and on the inside you got 4 spots over there, 4 spots over there. It's all my older backup Jimmy Longs. My Covert, my Arbiter set from Covert, or some of the pieces from it. And then even on the back, it's got a little back pocket. And then this glows in the dark. Can I make it? Can we make it? No. But it's kind of until you get used to it, and you come in here and it's at night and you just got this little eye glowing at you. What's going on my desk? Things have gotten weird. Mar, what's up? Hey, Mar, I was just giving Newhouse Lock and Key some love, telling people should go check it out. That he's got the electric, one of those vibrating tool violators, or vibrating lock violators. With the 2 balls, that's more, well, some debate on that. as far as I understand, it's gonna be more of kind of like a jiggling tool you're gonna use in wafers and things like that. It needs a lot of keyway to get in there and use it. I've seen guys that use like a single ball pick, picking and for jiggling and raking things really well. We use a single ball and like a single ball that's half as a handcuff escape tools in the Shackleman Cuff Club a lot. Our Shackleman Cuff Club set or handcuff escape set that you can get at Southern Specialties has a ball pick in there and half ball, I think. It's been a while since I've pulled one of mine out. That's not that one. So they can be cool. They work really good in certain handcuffs. So that's kind of why we do that. And then a single ball, I've done some raking with it. It's fun to use. There's certain things that can get in there. Uh-oh. What's going on, Coast? Chilling. Oh, that's cool. I'm up near Flint there, Six Strings. I don't know any locksmiths in town. I'm aware there's a locksmith in town, but they weren't super friendly when I went around. I'm gonna try them again for some locks and stuff for donate to Mitten Maid. So, we're trying to bring in a bunch more stuff so we can get our vets a nice little holiday package going to each one of them. Transparent Eyeball, he was in here. That's one of our guys. Nola was in here. That's one of our vets as well. Ground Fog, how you doing? So I got these new Viper Techs. Yay! I got a new to play with, which I don't know why. Well, I think I figured out why. I'm trying to paper clip side shim it. I don't think I'm getting a full push down necessarily on that second side of that paw. Or I'm kind of getting stuck pushing it aside. Yeah, I think I might be getting stuck pushing it aside. So that's not the best way of getting into that thing. That's a little annoying. I gotta work with that some more. But picking it is just like picking a Chicago. In fact, I got me a Chicago here. Let's give it a feel. See if it's any difference in the spot. Huh. Oh, no. It's pretty much the same. The difference is they make it cheaper, so you have the exact same cuff. They both turn the same way. When you put them on, you're going to have one keyhole facing you, one facing away. Whereas if you got a better made pair of cuffs, spent even just a little bit more money, you know, one goes one way, one goes the other way. So that duality on the keyways does make it harder. Although this does have its own annoyance because rarely is someone going to put it on so your keyholes are facing the same way. So you're going to have to deal with a hole up and a hole out pick. Get in here with this thing. Quick little pick. I like to just grab it and get it out of the way. And then there you go. Those are La Viper Tech. Oh, that's tight. I gotta look that up. Hold on, let me go back and there we go. All right. And then I'll look them up. Say hey. He ain't far away. Bobby pin if they don't double lock it. Yeah, well, bobby pin if they do double lock it. You just use, either the same part of the bobby pin. Where's my key? There's my rock out with your lockout. That's my guy right there. Handcuff key tool. So, oh, this isn't the best one. Shit. I might need a different tool. Oh, there we go. Alright, so straighty, pointy, pokey end. This is a oversized bobby pin. I like to use this because it doesn't bend up as much. So I got that double lock off. I'm able to pick it. And then if I grab a pair of Peerless, we will go holes out here. I'll double lock these guys. And then, so on the Peerless, you got your keyholes in the middle of the body as opposed to over here on the side. And it is horizontal as opposed to vertical, which means you kind of have the same distance here to go to get to the single and the double, just in different directions. Whereas in this especially, I have a very short distance to go, and I have the most room here to go across to get to the pawl, but I have more room to go down and curve around and get to the double lock. So in its way, that can be harder to get the double lock, but it's a lot easier to get the single. So these are double locked. I like to see, I've adjusted that to that. So what it's going to do is I'm going to get in there in the keyhole. So it gets in the keyhole, it's going to become flat like that. It's going to allow me to kick that across and move my double lock. So let's get in there. Let's kick it. I know I hit it, but let's check it. Double lock is defeated. And then the single lock is just a formality. Get in there, kick it over, and that's so I can find it easy. I just get it right into the right spot. I don't have to fumble around. That double little bend makes it a little more likely to hit it directly where I need it. But I found a goddamn hole. It's like trying to find a keyhole in the dark. Okay. Alright, so we're double locked again. And instead of using that side, I'm just gonna try to go with that straight side. So I gotta come in at more of an angle. I gotta hit the right spot. But if I do it, then I've got my double lock. The hardest handcuffs to unlock, well, they get into some specialty stuff. They start changing, they start adding high pin tumbler locks, and things like that. The Australian cuffs are supposed to be, what are they? I can't remember what they're called, but they're supposed to be pretty tough to beat. Kind of the reason they're tough to beat is it's hard to get a hold of a pair, so not many people get a chance to start practicing and start figuring out, hey, how do I beat these goddamn things? So if you gave me a pair and gave me a little time, I'd end up figuring out how to beat them. Let me roll back down through. Anthony, how you doing? Hattie or Haiti? It's good to see you. Hi, Hitchy Rose, Final Boss of Criminal. Yeah, well, I'm retired as far as like any doing anything wrong. Yeah, I did my stupid shit back in the day. Let's go with a quick little 3-cuff escape. Orbin 01, how you doing? Yeah, it's the things we get into. This was, you know, I say people hit a midlife crisis, and I started at 51, started picking locks, selling weed legally at a dispensary, and then I got into handcuff and other type of escapes, founded Mid-and-Made Lock Sport so we could take care of some vets and support and supply vets who are into lock sport and lock picking. We co-founded with my boy, oh there it is, my guy Pyro Panda, Not Too Dead. There's his thing. Him and I started out the Shackle and Cuff Club together. Our mentor for the whole club, pretty much, is a guy by the name of Coxie's Picks. He's another channel to go check out. He's a Guinness World Record holder. Multiple records, I think. He's coached people to records. He's taught me everything I know, and then some. So you gotta love that. So Forbidden Herbs. Yeah, these are pretty, it's a lot of practice, man. I've been doing this, I think, close to a year now. And to say that I've picked my way out of this pair of cuffs or this style of cuff 1,000 times is not even close to how many times I've done it. Sometimes on my lives, I'll just take, 12 pairs, stack them up all up the arms, and struggle my way. Or not too struggle, but just work my way down through them, pop them all off, and get out of them pretty quick. Sell me Salim, or Salim, how you doing? These are all police handcuffs. This is Peerless 700C. It's one of the most common used by police agencies. These are the 750C. They have a spring instead of a bar for the double lock, so they have a little bit more protection against the double lock getting popped. They're used by police agencies. These, probably not quite protect. Chicago's are used. Generally, the 1000s won't be used. You will probably see the X55s used a lot, though. Or no, those are Peerless. Shit. Where's my X55s? Where's my... Oh, they're there. No? No. And then, well, then you have like your Smith & Wessons. I don't know where my X55s are. I gotta find those. Which are tighter tolerance. They're just a little bit better made. They're a little stronger. They're a lot harder to shim than the other ones you're gonna find around the U.S. Little tighter tolerances. They can have stronger springs, be a little harder to pick. Then you start getting into stuff like the hinged, although these are just Peerless. Whenever you see hinged, it's just going to be the same lock as the chain, but you're going to have a hinge. So you're going to know if you can pick it with the chain, you can pick it with the hinge pretty easily. Ooh, that popped out. That's why my name's the Great Studini, baby. Plus, we like to have, can you pick in the clear cuffs? Oh, yeah, I'll show you. It's a little hard to show. For one, I got some cracks going on in there. Just any abuse. And then there's another crack, but yeah. So you can see the red part is we'll show you with the key. Get a key in there. So you got your red part. There is so when I'm picking, and when you're learning to pick cuffs, you put the key in, and then you find where the resistance starts, and then that's where I need to hit my pick. And then when that happens, is you're forcing that down. You're just enough, and as soon as it's down enough, I can get out that way. And when you're doing the double lock, as you can see, that blade's going to come around. And it's going to hit that edge, the front edge of that bar. And you can see where that red thing is pushed against the red pawl can't go down right now. So I can't get that. I can't do it with the key, can't do it with the shim, can't do it by moving that until you see the pin right there. It pushes it across. And then now you've released that. So it's hard to keep my hands out of the way while I'm doing it, but I will try. Get in here on this style. You're going to get in that top of that keyway. You're going to kind of lean back that way to engage. Then you're going to lean back that way to move the pawl. And then that works like that. Get in there. Engage it. Push it. Oh shit. Slip off it. And then that, you'll learn that sound, the slip off. Oh, son of a bitch. There we go. Which types is that? Hinged? The hinged can be considered because you have when you have these on, it's much harder to make any adjustments with your hands to break your fall if you fall down. Or if you're falling, you can't really grab at anything, and you have no independent mobility of your hands. They're stuck to each other, which endangers your wrists and endangers yourself in the fall, all that much more. So yeah, if someone's in the higher security a thing is, especially when it comes to mobility, like hinged and rigid, or you've got transport cuffs with chains to the ankles, the safety is compromised of the person, so they have to be watched more. So in general, you're not supposed to just leave a guy unsupervised in cuffs, because if you left me unsupervised in cuffs, and I'm stupid, I'm going to be out of them. Now, the FBI has shown up in the chat before to remind people watching this that do not get out of cuffs while you're being arrested by law enforcement, or you will likely add further misdemeanor and felony charges to yourself. I like to say you're really likely going to get shot, so don't do it if you get arrested. But that's not the only time people have to get out of cuffs. You be playing around, things go weird, you got to get out of cuffs. Personally, when I was a kid, I had to escape some abusive situations, being abducted and restrained and shit like that. So I tell you personally, it's definitely good knowledge to have. Oh yeah, no, I'll do it again, Fire. No problem. Let me go ahead and use a zigzag wrapper as a shim on a pair of ASP Sentries. And there we go. These were actually designed with input from law enforcement. People ask, why would cops use cuffs that you can get out of? Well, they like reliability of use. They like durability over time. They pretty much all want to have that universal key, which kind of limits what you can do with some other stuff. And again, their eyes are the most secure thing about their cuffs. So they're going to have their eyes on you, and they know as long as their cuffs are good enough, they're going to do the job. And that's why they accept subpar product. I think they should use better cuffs myself, but all right. So we'll get in here and pick this bad boy. I'll try to get in there. Let's see if I can see him in a little. Go at an angle. So I'm going to try to get, there's a little bit of a lip at the top there. If I can catch that, I'm good. If I kind of catch on the front edge, I still can kind of walk it down, but I'm more likely going to slip off. I'm limited by how far I can lean back with all of that. So I kind of got to just get in the top of that keyway, lean it, and then manipulate. Oh, shit. See? You never get it. Oh, there we go. I never get it on camera real well. There we go. Right there. So you can see I'm moving that down. And once it's cleared, that can go. But I gotta be quick, because it's really easy to slip off of this, and then all of a sudden, bang, I catch myself with the last couple teeth, and then I gotta get back in there and try to make it happen again. Whereas I'll try to do the double lock. Hopefully I don't crack this anymore. Alright, lock that double lock. See it get pushed across. There's the bump stopping the pawl. I gotta get down in there to that. And then push it across. Now I got a little bit too much room and this is moving out of the way. So that should have been a little bit harder than anything with that keyway. I might have had to make a couple attempts to make sure I get my hook or the straight thing that I'm coming at it with down in there into that proper part of that gap. Oh, nice. Yeah, it is cool. And in fact, again, so these on the 750Cs, and where's the 700? The 700Cs are going to have that inside, that bar like that. Whereas the 750s have something that looks more like that spring. That's kind of a spring thing that operates back and forth for the double lock. And the reason that is because I can take these and, let me zoom back out. I can double lock that and I can smack that really hard and pop that double lock off. And so whack attack or a wrap attack. It's hard to do and not accidentally hurt yourself. So it's not real recommended, but it's possible. It's something I've done with these. It's something you learn to do. When you have that spring instead of the bar, the wrap attack, the whack attack doesn't really work. So that's at least one little step up they made. But everything about this brand, these are used a lot. In fact, I think that's the sole reason they sell them powder coated, because they don't want these out there as the silver ones as much. I don't know. It is pretty weird. Well, this was just an impromptu live. I really appreciate people stopping by, people subbing up. I had a good time tonight, man. There's a lot of really cool people stopping by in the chat. I hope you guys come by. I'll definitely be up here Saturday night, midnight, Shackleman After Dark, midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably be going up Friday night as well. Have been doing so lately. I try to do that more around 11 o'clock, though, so I think that's when I'll be doing that. Thank you for all for stopping by. Oh, Elijah, what's going on, brother? I don't mean to jump right when you show up, but thank you for popping in. And I will talk to you guys all later.